Hi, Math Champions. In this video, we're going to learn about solving linear equations. Let's understand word by word. Okay. What is linear? If you have already watched the basics of algebra, introduction to algebra, those kind of videos in my channel, you would have understood what is linear. Linear means the expressions where the x has the variable, whichever variable, it can be x or y, whatever, has the highest power as 1. Means the degree is 1. The power of this variable highest was 1. Okay, that's called linear. And equation. What's the difference between an expression and equation? That also you would have learned in the basics. Expression means it's like x plus 3 is an expression. But when an equal to sign is involved and something else, it can be a 0 or it can be a 8 or whatever it is, when the equal to is assigned and this side it need not be just x, it can be 8 plus x, something like that. I don't know. What am I trying to say here is basically when you are having something, some expression with this side one expression, this side it could be expression or just a constant with a equal to, it's called as an equation. Whenever there's an equal to sign, it's called an equation. Now, what does that equal to sign mean? Okay, what is it? How can we visualize that? When I say x, you are able to visualize this, right? When I say equal to, how do we visualize it? How do we think about it? In our mind's eye, in a form of an image. Let's see that here. Okay, here the left side of the weighing balance. Okay, this is a weighing balance. Now, if you see here, if I remove this, okay, are you seeing how it is moving up and down? Basically, right? Okay, this is what is happening, right? So weighing balance means when you like lift it together, lift it one side, it'll topple the other side, and things like that will happen, right? So that's a weighing scale. And if you see here, if you notice here, there is a equal to sign here. That means what? When is exactly equal, okay? When it is exactly equal, then it is balanced. It is coming at the same level. Right. See, if you see here what has happened, the equal to sign now has changed to this. If something is going up, that means it is lesser in weight, Correct? That is lesser. And that is how this is turned into lesser sign. Now if I put this back, I'm going to get this equal. Can you see? Okay. Now, what is there on the left side? There is a 4x. Then there are minus 1, minus 1, minus 1. So it is a minus 3. And this side is a 2x plus 7, right? Now, these both are equal, it says. Basically, this is what it says. Okay. Now, what is our situation here? Means we have to solve it. Solving means what? Solving means whatever we don't know, that we are going to find out. That is called solving. And what is that we don't know here? We know this and this side 4x minus 3 and this side 2x plus 1. These are equal. We know all of that. We know. We know 3, we know 4, we know 2, we know 7. All of that we know. There's only one thing that we don't know, that is x. Means there's a variable which we don't know. That is what we are going to find out. So finding out the value of x is called as solving. Simple. Okay. So this is a linear equation. If you see here, this is a linear expression. This is also a linear expression. So now we know it's equal. How do we find out the value of x? Basically, what is the meaning? Means finally I should have x equal to something. That's all, right? That means I don't want x on both the sides. As of now, x is there in both the sides. How can I balance it? If you remember how weighing scales work, if I put in something, right? Let's say I'm putting in this plus 1 on one side, I should put a plus 1 on this side also. Then it will get balanced. Do you see how it happens? That means if I put something on left side, I'll have to put that on the right side as well. If I remove something, I'll have to remove on the other side also. Then only it will get balanced. Okay. So that's the principle of the weighing scale. Okay. Now, I don't want x on both the sides. One of the sides, I want to remove that. If you see, this is very easy to remove these two, right? So, I'm going to remove this. 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 Okay. Now it became balanced. No, what am I doing actually here? I'm going to subtract 2x from here, this side. I'm going to subtract 2x from this side also. So what happens to this is it becomes 4x minus 2x becomes a 2x minus 3. And this side, 2x minus 2x becomes 0. So only a 7 is left out. And that is exactly what we can see even in the weighing balance. Look at it. 2x minus 3 and this side it is 7. Fantastic. Okay. Because we removed this on both the sides, we don't need this. Let's delete it. Let's delete it. Okay. Now, how do we solve the other thing, right? Other thing. Now, if I want to remove this, because I don't want, the number with this x, right? Because I want x is equal to something. Now, if I want to remove this minus 1, it's removing means again I've removed, no? If I'm removing, what's happening? Oh, nothing is changing. Nothing is changing. That means removing a minus 1 and removing a plus 1 doesn't make sense. If you remove both of it, you have to remove. When we remove a minus 1, that means we are subtracting a minus 1. So what is minus of minus 1? Is a plus 1. That means a plus 1 needs to be added this side. You see? Oh my God. Oh my God. What's happening? There is a minus 1 I am removing. That means a plus 1 is what I am doing. Okay. So I can do one more way also. One more way also I can do. Let me remove this. Okay. How can I do it another way? Is I don't want this minus 1, right? So what I'll do, I will add it with this. See what happens? What happens? Plus 1 and plus 1 I'm doing here. What is happening if you see? I put a plus 1 plus 1. Why I did that, I will tell you. I will tell you that. Another plus 1 I have added here. Okay. Another plus 1 I have added here. These two are added now. Okay. Joint ones. Okay. Let me add one more plus 1 here. And one more plus 1 this side. Why have I done that 3 times? I will tell you. Because there is 3 minus 1s here. Okay. 3 minus 1s here. I'm going to add this 3 plus 1s. Okay. What happens to this is plus 1 and minus 1. Okay. Plus 1 and minus 1 becomes a 0. Right. So adding this plus 1, this became a 0. Adding this plus 1, this becomes a 0. Then this plus 1 becomes a 0. Okay. And when I have done the same thing, I'm going to do the same thing on the right side also. I'm going to do the same thing on the right side also. This leaves me with just 2x on the left side and 10 on the right side. Correct? Okay, good, fine. What else? What else can we do? Okay, now there is 2x only. Okay, 2x is there on this and 10 is there on the side. Now I don't want 2x. I only want 1x. I want. So now I'll think, okay, 2x means basically two groups of x. No. So let me make two groups of this basically. So that I can equate each group, right? Look at this. What's happening? Okay. There's one x here. There's one group here. There's one more x here. That means exact same group is there here, right? So from this comparison, what I can see is 1x, just this 1x will be equal to this 5. Another x is equal to another 5. That is how 2x can be 10. But how can we represent this? Means what? Here I could show saying I will add a minus 2x. I will add a minus 2x. I showed that. And then I added a plus 3. Then I added a plus 3. But how can I show this part? Like, right? Or saying this x is 1. What I can do is I can divide this 2x by 2. Then when we do it, only 1x will come, isn't it? So 10 divided by 2. Whatever I do on the left side, the same thing I should do on the right side. Same thing I should do on the right side. This leaves me with x is equal to 5. X is equal to 5. That means what? I'm going to remove this one and whatever this one also I can remove. I'm going to remove this. Now both the things are absolutely equal. right? 1x is equal to 5. And that is what we have got. And if you see, what are the different things we did? We first added a minus 2x. Then we simplify another plus 3 we did. We got something. And when we divided a 2, we got this. This is how we solve linear equations. And now we found out x is equal to 5. Let's go to the first question, right? The question given to us. Let's put x is equal to 5 on left side and see what happens. Left hand side, when I put in the place of x, I'm going to put a 5. What happens? 4 times 5 is a 20 minus 3 is a 17. What happens to the right side of the equal to sign? Right side of the equal to sign is given as 2x plus 7, right? So in the place of 2, I'm going to put 5. What happens? 2 times 5 is a 10 plus 7 is a 17. See, both left hand side and right hand side is giving me exact equal, and that is why this is equal. And what value makes it equal? Oh, there is only one possible value which makes it equal. Only when x is equal to 5, then only the left side is equal to the right side. For no other value, it is equal. That means there is only one solution, there is only one possibility that x is equal to 5, and that is how we have solved this linear equation problem. Okay. I'll see you in the next video with yet more concepts of mathematics. And if you're wondering where is this all used, why should we do it? Don't worry. You're going to use all of such equations in your physics and chemistry learnings. At least you will be learning using all of these there also. And if you think, no, I don't like physics or chemistry, or I don't study physics or chemistry, don't worry. You will be using it in many of your day-to-day life activities also. When you solve your word problems, you will come to know that, oh, these are the places I will be using it, right? So such kind of word problems scenarios can happen in your daily life also. So those are the places where you'll be using all of these things. Okay, go ahead and solve some linear equation questions and then become confident about algebra. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, see you. Bye-bye.